cornerback, where he was expected to keep one of the best athletes in the conference under control.
Well, Daquan Dunn is his name. He's 6'4" standout, was averaging 25 yards a catch from quarterback Luke Limke. The Tigers figure out what 6'3" Rice is unavailable, except them to try to exploit Dunn's size. We talked a little bit about this in the pregame. Rice can make a huge difference on the defensive side, which he has in the first two games. Missing him, especially against somebody tall, it's going to be something to watch.
Lemke was the Little Four Conference Offensive Player of the Year in 2023. Dunn was actually the Defensive Player of the Year. And in his fourth quarter last week against Fortuna, he blocked a punt, followed that with a pick six, and lifted the Tigers over Fortuna despite being down by 11 points in the fourth quarter. The Tigers are big up front, not terribly deep, but they are senior-dominated. 52% of Arcata's roster is made up of seniors. Del Norte comes in at just 37%.
Oh, my goodness. That's true.
And you're listening to the Western Valley Insurance Warrior pregame show, Western Valley Insurance, where teamwork makes the difference. Mad Dog, we mentioned at the top of the show that this is not like the Arcata teams we saw in the past. This team is now used to winning.
Yeah, Arcata's coming in of 8-3 2023 campaign, the best since the 2012 season, where they're 11-2. And while you may not think of the Tigers as football school, the fact is they have had winning seasons 5 of the past 6 seasons.
That's true, although Arcata has been playing in the Little Four Conference, despite having attendance figures on par with Del Norte, Eureka, and Fortuna. Nevertheless, win tonight over the Warriors will give the Tigers bragging rights over 3 of the Big Four teams. We talked to Coach Darren LaFazio earlier tonight. He said, as we mentioned, he thought Starkey was just going to be fine. Starkey has a fine arm. He just has to stay in the moment and not let the situation get bigger than he is. He's going to shift and put a pair of sophomores, Landon Ballett and Sawyer Fry, will be at cornerback. Starkey's going to go play safety. So a lot of inexperience in the defensive backfield.
Well, I got a chance to come and watch him kind of talk about it on Thursday night, yesterday here on Mike Whalen Field, and Coach Voss was coaching up them corners. What a big moment for those corners up to the outside. And you know what, John? They all got Amanda's chocolate chip cookies yesterday. And
wait, I didn't get any chocolate chip cookies.
No, the Warriors did.
Okay, and who got them first?
Oh, the linemen. So my daughter Miley, the 6-year-old, was standing down the end zone with this big tray of cookies. And as soon as the team broke the huddle, they all went running out there, running to her, and she said, "Linemen first." Always important.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Warriors. Starting lineups brought to you by DelNorteSports.com, which has podcasts. Shouldn't say podcast, rebroadcast of all Warrior games. You can go back a couple of seasons on the website. That's DelNorteSports.com. And as we mentioned, Canyon Starkey getting his first start at quarterback, 6'1", 160-pound junior. His running backs are good ones. William McCovey, 6'1", 190, and Ben Borges, number 24. He's about the same size. Both of them ran hard with the utmost determination last week against Ashland. The wingback is number 19. That's Tobias Meyer. He scored a pair of touchdowns last week, including a 50-plus yard catch and run that turned into the first score of the evening for Del Norte. Tight end tonight will be Evan Ratner. Front line, it's a good one. Not a great one yet, but a good one. Ben Borges, Braden Johnson, Colton Shad, Dane Brown, and Ricardo Borges, the sophomore, will be on the front line. Mad Dog, your thoughts on the offense?
It's going to be a big test for them, and I think this is a great team to do it against, this Arcata team coming in fired up. But the Warriors are at home, and I think it's a great opportunity for Starkey to come out and have a big moment tonight.
On the defensive side of the football, up front, we're talking about Braden Johnson, Jason Murphy, Ben Borges, along with Dane Brown. The linebackers are good ones. Colton Shad, McCovey, Meyer, and Bartley. Curtis Bartley back in the line-off after missing last week's game. As we mentioned, Landon Ballent and Sawyer Fry, 2 sophomores. They'll be at the cornerback position. Canyon Starkey will be the safety.
Watching these kids grow up, Starkey, and when it comes to Starkey and Sawyer. Man, those kids are gamers. I'm a sophomore and a junior, but I tell you what, they're going to have big moments tonight on the defensive side.
Del Norte has dominated this series over the past 20 seasons, winning 20 of 25 meetings, including 8 of the past 9. Arcata's last win over the Warriors was in 2017, an 18-14 loss by Del Norte.
Yeah, Coach Slayton reminded me of that loss. He says that was his son's senior year and Harper's senior year.
The Del Norte High Marching Band has taken the field, and we are just moments away from the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star Spangled Banner. High School Marching Band, the national anthem. Let's take a quick look at the keys for tonight's game. And Mad Dog, I'm going to put in my 2 cents worth for a change. And I'm going to say the theme for tonight is body blows. I think Del Norte has to come out and just hammer and hammer and hammer and hammer and pull away in the fourth quarter, wearing down the Tigers, who are, they have good size, but they have very little depth.
You got hammer, hammer, hammer. I got contain, contain, contain. Dunn's gonna catch his balls. Can we make the tackle? Can we make the tackle and make his catches hard every time he catches it? He'll wear down a little bit, and hopefully the Warriors can stay with it.
The 1-1 Warriors of Del Norte High in their blue helmets, blue jerseys, gold pants with gold numbers, and the 2-0 Tigers in their white jerseys, black helmets, and orange pants. The team is perpetually ready for Halloween. Warriors will get the opening kick. Back deep for Del Norte will be Landon Ballant along with Benjamin Borges. Kicking off for Arcata will be number 8. That's Ronnie Remke. Tigers will be kicking off right to left, east to west. 60 degrees, no wind. On absolutely picture-perfect night for high school football. And the Tigers come charging up to the line and then stop. And now they spread out in a more conventional look. We are underway. Onside kick to start things off, and the ball goes absolutely sideways.
1 yard.
It never got more than 1 yard.
Wow.
And that is where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 from the Arcata 41-yard line.
Did he almost whiff that?
He came really close to try. He tried for the onside kick and just barely caught it, and it went absolutely sideways.
Well, there's some good field position.
That's not what you expect to start. But nevertheless, Del Norte will take it.
I forgot my light over here tonight.
You did. I have mine.
You always have your little light.
Warriors come to the line of scrimmage. Junior Kenyon Starkey in the gun. Number 2 puts Meyer in motion. Hands it off. That's McCovey in the middle, and he will not get to the line of scrimmage as it was blocked off pretty good, and he tried to find a hole to the right. It wasn't there. Call it maybe a loss of a half a yard. Second down coming up, still 10.
A little slow developing there. It was definitely a counter play. They faked it to Myers going to the outside and gave it back up the middle to McCovey, but Arcata didn't fall for it.
Starkey, who last year led Del Norte's junior varsity to a 6-2 record, threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 2 more as he coordinated the offense. Meyer goes in motion to the far side of the field, handed off to Borges, plowing ahead, straight ahead.
There you go.
And he'll get it up to about the 38-yard line. It's going to be third down and a roughly 7, maybe 6, as they put it closer to the 42.
Give him 4 yards.
Something like that. I think 4 is probably accurate.
So Dunn plays the outside here to the wide side of the field.
Dunn, who was the Little Ford Defensive Player of the Year last season. Meyer in motion. Handoff, McCovey trying to get to the first down marker, and he backs his way to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31, so this might be, depends where the mark is.
It's a good mark.
It's a first down, Del Norte. First of the day.
Boy, I sure love the way McCovey kept his feet moving right there.
Even when he got turned around backwards.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. It's almost a lost art sometimes. The running back, they just kind of lean forward. But he kept them legs pumping right there like Eric Dickerson.
First and 10 from the 31. Man coming in motion this way. Handoff, Borges right up the middle is going to pick up 3 to 4. Borges, who averaged a little over 4 yards as a junior last season, in the first 2 games this year is better than 7 yards per carry. Only picked up 2 this time, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Fortuna hosting McKinleyville tonight. I got that on NFHS, so I'll keep you updated on that game.
McKinleyville in the midst of a 12-game losing streak. Eureka has lost 15 in a row.
They need to play each other.
Starkey with running backs on either side of him. Handoff Meyer on a sweep to the left, and he gets swallowed.
They read that one.
Coming up to make the tackle is Jackson Strand. A senior saw that play coming, and it's going to be a loss back to the 32. And it's going to be third down and 11 for Del Norte.
Yeah, 30-yard line of Arcata. We're definitely 2-down territory. You don't need to get it all back at once here.
Warriors started this drive after a botched onside kick attempt by the Tigers. Starkey puts a man in motion, rolling to his right. Now he's going to take it himself and gets thrown forward, and it's going to be a loss of about a half yard. Make that a sack for the Tigers. And it's going to be 4th and 11. Make it 4th and maybe 12 as they'll mark the ball at the 33. No score on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. 8:47. Warriors' first drive of the night. Bigfoot's in town.
He's here.
He's visiting. Warriors are going to go for it. They send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Starkey with McCovey right behind him in the eye. Back to pass, the right-hander looking. No pressure. He's going to throw deep. Got Myers, and it's in and out of his hands in the end zone, in the Chuck Shad Memorial end zone. And so Del Norte's promising drive comes to an end.
That was
and we saw why a lot of players, a lot of coaches are excited about Starkey. He threw that ball easily 40 yards.
On the dime, too. I mean, that was a pretty good throw right there. Just didn't get at the high point.
So the Tigers will take over, led by their senior quarterback, Luke Lemke, 6'1", 185 pounds. Correction, he's a junior. Last year as a sophomore was the offensive player of the year in the Little Four Conference. He's in the pistol with a running back behind him. Now the running back goes to his right, puts a man in motion, handoff, and going nowhere. But, actually he was able to stumble forward.
Almost looked like they pulled him forward. But what a great stop in the backfield right there.
That was Brown and Shad coming up. Carrying the ball was Alex Greenway, who's averaging 4 yards a carry. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, as the Tigers go no huddle. Lemke, 5 yards behind his center, with Greenway behind him. Now he puts Greenway to his left, calls for the ball, back to pass. Pressure comes. He escapes it. Now he dumps it out to a wide-open receiver. And we got a foot lace down the left sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Jackson Strand from 66 yards out. Thank you. And that was just a nice piece of improvisation as the Warriors lost contained.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those situations where the defensive back had to come up and went to make a play on the quarterback and left his receiver. I think the outside linebacker there thought that he passed the line of scrimmage, but he hadn't. Number 6, or who was it, Jackson?
Jackson Strand. And the Tigers are going to kick. Their kicker is number 25. That's Paul Vandenbranden. He's 2 for 4 on extra points so far this season. As the Tigers strike quickly on their second play from offense. There's the hold. There's the kick. It's up. It's good. And so, with 7:34 left here in the opening stanza, it's Arcata 7 and Del Norte nothing.
Boy, he did a great job of breaking out of the containment of the pocket, and you could tell he's very comfortable outside that pocket. When he started scrambling, his eyes were downfield. Wasn't the prettiest pass in the world. He was wide open, but because he had that composure and had his eyes down the field, he found that wide open receiver.
So the Warriors fall behind here in the first quarter as the Tigers, trying for the trifecta, opening the season with 3 wins over Big Four conference foes. They will not play St. Bernard's this year.
They need to play Eureka so one of them gets a win. Or no,
McKinleyville needs to do that. So after the misadventure with the extra point, the onside kick to start the game by Arcata, let's see what shenanigans they have up their sleeve this time. They have managed to pull 9 Del Norte Warriors within 10 yards of the 50-yard line.
Give your sportscaster's quote.
I do. I have it right here.
Thank you, John. We're losing everything today.
Lost the phone, lost the light. Here we go.
They faked it and then went back out to the regular set.
Let's see if they try that onside kick again.
Oh,
they do, and this one's much better, and it's loose, but the Warriors come up with it. Managing to jump on it was Starkey as Coach Darren LaFazio had his hands team out. Del Norte once again will start in an excellent field position, this time on their own 49, but now trailing 7-0 as the Tigers used only 2 plays to go 60-plus yards.
Well, I tell you, that was a great onside kick, too, those 2 bouncers, and it popped straight up in the air.
1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Twin running backs behind Starkey, or on either side of Starkey. Meyer goes in motion. Handoff, Borges, and so far they've done a good job. The Tigers have done a good job of containing the running back. Gain of maybe a half yard out to the 50-yard line. It's still going to be 2nd and 10. In fact, the nose of the football is about 6 inches shy of the 50.
You know, I felt like in the second game we made it turn the corner when it came to our timing, but now Starkey out there, the timing, it looks like that first game when everything seems like slow motion out there with the running backs.
Ballant goes out to the left. Ratner comes out to the right. Meyer goes in motion, spin, handoff, McCovey, left side. And the Tigers are able to jump in there. And once again, no gain. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Warriors.
Same situation, just seems very out of sync.
I think I'd like to see Del Norte's coaching staff try to find something for Starkey, just a short pass just to give him some confidence, give him some rhythm. His first start at the varsity level. Ballant to the left. Ratner to the right. In the gun. Starkey gets it, hands it off, and going straight ahead is Borges for just 2 yards. Gets it past the 50 inside Tiger territory, but the punt team will come on.
I don't think that's a bad call by Coach LaFazio there. You're having your junior, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. They pin their ears, run it. Let's go for another, look to fight another day.
Jackson Strand, who scored the touchdown earlier, will be in punt formation to receive for Arcata. Punting for Del Norte will be Grayson Franklin. And we got a penalty coming up.
This could be interesting. That could make it 4th and 2 if it's on Arcata.
That's the way they're pointing.
Yeah. Coach LaFazio now down to the Arcata 42-yard line. We'll have an interesting decision to make here.
It will be 4th and more like 3. With the football at the 43. It looks like they're going to stay in punt formation. Franklin waiting for the snap, gets it high snap, but he tracks it down, and he gets the punt off very high. Fair catch is signal. Ball lands at the 10, and it's going to come to rest at the 1-yard line. Oh, did he down it before the ball went into the end zone? They say yes, he did. He kind of downed it, and then I think he accidentally kicked it. But it will be 1st and 10 for Arcata at, well, let's call it the 2. Excellent job by Grayson Franklin, who, when he's not playing football, is part of the 8-1 Del Norte High boys soccer team, 1-0 in league after they beat Eureka Tuesday 2-0 here at Del Norte High School.
Got to give a shout-out to Coach Matt Tomlin. He's listening to our broadcast tonight.
Coach, glad to have you.
St. Bernard's licking their chops, getting ready for the Big Four.
Crusaders will play tomorrow. They are 2-0 this season. Lemke gets the ball, hands it off, and just barely getting out of the end zone was Alex Greenway. Coming up making the play was Dane Brown. Brown, the 220-pound junior. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Lemke, 5 yards into the end zone. Gets the ball, looking to pass. Looking. Now he's going to scramble. Can he get away? Yes, he can. Fakes the throw, cuts it back the other way, and fumbles the ball. And it will be Del Norte's ball at the Arcata 16-yard line.
Well, you know, we talked about it before the broadcast. Lemke now with 6 forced fumbles, and he tries to do a lot out of the pocket. And what happened there, he scrambled out of the pocket, got hit from behind, and that ball popped out.
I believe it was Curtis Bartley who came up with the fumble. Del Norte takes over 1st and 10 from the Arcata 16-yard line. Warriors trailing 7-0 on the Syracuse Hospital scoreboard. 4:36 to go. Warriors break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Now Starkey's going to go under center. Waiting for the snap. Gets it. Hands it off. That is a touchdown. Del Norte and Borges into the Chuck Shadd end zone.
You got to love it. Borges following his blocker right into the end zone. I don't even think he got touched on that play. Warriors needed that one, John.
Borges from 16 yards out as the Warriors turn a Arcata miscue, the lost fumble, into a score with 4:31.
What a great job by the Warriors making the turnover hurt for the Tigers.
Now Franklin will attempt his first PAT of his career. He's a senior. Holding will be Starkey, taking over the duties from Rice. They're having a conversation of exactly where he wants it put, where Franklin wants it put. Waiting for the snap. Here it comes. There it is. And the kick is no good. I mean, as it looked like it wasn't the cleanest snap, and Franklin took off maybe a beat too soon.
Well, when you think about it, Grace has been kicking field goals for just a couple months now, so you throw a timing thing off like that, it's pretty tough.
So with 4:31 to go here in the first quarter, it's Arcata 7, Del Norte 6. And that gives us a chance to say hello to some of the members of the legendary Sportscasters Club.
Including your halftime sponsor, Hayuchi Hama, gas, fishing tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. And the scoreboard is brought to you by Center Coast Hospital. Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. H&R Block, get your maximum refund guaranteed.
The Arcata turnover is the first one forced by Del Norte this season. Something Coach Boz was saying that he wanted to see his defense come up with.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about before the game. We wondered how Limke ended up with 5 forced fumbles already. I mean, 5 fumbles, and that's what it is. You're going to make some big plays, scrambling carelessly out of the pocket, but at the same time, you're going to get hit from odd spots, and that definitely hurt the Tigers there.
Cal Tucker and Jackson Strand are deep for Arcata. Here comes Franklin's kick. Right footer gives it a boom. Drives Strand all the way back to the 4-yard line. He turns around, brings it up the right side, still finding some room, and finally gets tackled at the 25. Making the play for the Warriors was Blake Owen, the junior, making his presence felt on special teams. Arcata 7, Del Norte 6. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 26-yard line. Quarterback Luke Lemke thrown for a 60-yard plus touchdown and then turned the ball over deep in his own territory. He's in the gun. Hands it off. Finding little room and a whole bunch of Warriors is Alex Greenway. Coming up and making the tackle was Bartley and Starkey with help from Dane Brown. Gain of 1, and it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Man, it's nice having Bartley back after last week.
Bartley was unavailable last week. Warriors hoping to get Colby Moore back next week. He is still out with a hand injury. Lemke rolls out to his right, runs into trouble, reverses field, and gets brought back down to the ground as William McCovey wraps him up and brings him to the turf here at Mike Whalen Field.
Loss of 2.
And I don't know if we should classify that as a sack or not.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
And he lost. He was in the pocket.
I don't know if that was a designed run or not, though. He went that way, saw a large array of blue reverse direction. That's from McCovey. I think that was a designed run. Anyway, it's 3rd and 9 with the ball on the Tigers' 26-yard line. Pistol formation. Running back down to the right of Lemke. He's back to pass. Looks, quick pass, over the middle. Caught, and good enough for a 1st down. A wide-open Cal Tucker. He is the Tigers' leading receiver this season. That's his 10th grab of the year. But there is a penalty flag, illegal procedure against Arcata.
Wipe it away.
2nd penalty of the night.
That was a big one for the Tigers. You're coming to Mike Whalen Field. It's never an easy place to win. The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over deep in your area and then lose 1st downs with penalties.
3rd down and 14 now. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball in the middle of the field. Takes the handoff, going to take it himself, finding some room, and gets brought down just short of the line to gain. Starkey with the tackle. It's going to be 4th down and 1. In fact, they may even measure this, although it looks half-yard short from here. You got a better angle than I do.
He's about half-yard short. You're about right.
And now the officials say, yes, 4th down. So Arcata's going to have it 4th and less than 1, but on their own 36-yard line.
What do you do here, John? I kick it.
I'm kind of a conservative guy. They may try to draw Del Norte off. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, the wide side of the field. Puts a man in motion. Handoff trying to find some room, goes around the right side, has the first down as Greenway gets tackled by Belen. But it's going to be 1st and 10 for Arcata at their own 49-yard line. 7-6 our score with 1:58 to go. Tigers in front of the Warriors.
12 yards on the carry. I mean, that's just no respect right there.
Gutsy call by Arcata coach Matt Mager in his 3rd season. And he has turned this Tiger program around. Lemke, point guard on the Tigers basketball team, gets the ball, fakes the handoff, drops, straight back, throws, and is tipped and drops to the surface. Borges going up high to make the tip. Also back there was Bartley and Starkey. It'll be 2nd and 10.
First incomplete pass for Lemke there.
Ball just shy in midfield. No huddle by the Tigers. 7-6. Arcata leading Del Norte. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Greenway goes to the right of Lemke. Hands the ball off. No, he keeps it. Nice fake. And he faked out everybody as he goes down the right sideline, and he will score. A beautiful fake. Pulled it out of the running back's belly and then went around the right side. 51 yards, and the Tigers increased their lead.
He flew around that corner. Once he got around the edge, he was gone. Lemke, what a great athlete.
There was only one Warrior, even in the zip code. In for the extra point is Paul Vandenbranden. He made his first one tonight. He was 2 of 4 coming in.
So Lemke responsible for both touchdowns.
There's the hold, there's the snap, and it is good. 1:43 to go first quarter, and the Tigers lead Del Norte 14-6.
And some more of our Sportscasters Club members include Ambrose WSG, Recycling, Storage, and Recycle, and get your money back. Del Norte Tire, the Barnes family says our roots are here, not just our branches.
Real quick, want to say hi to Danny. I know he's listening.
Always like Danny always listens.
He does.
He's a long time supporter.
There are very few Warrior fans more intense than Danny Barnes.
Roy Cowan Construction, the solution to your construction needs. And Lucky 7 Casino, the friendliest casino on the Wild Rivers coast. Oh, John,
so
some fireworks.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter. Arcata has 2 of them, both on big plays. One a 66-yard pass and the other one on a 51-yard run. Del Norte on Ben Borges' 16-yard run after a Arcata turnover deep in their own territory.
So same thing, hands team in here.
Back deep is Balent and Borges. The B&B backfield. Lining up to kick is Ronnie Recchi. And once again, they fake coming to the ball and then stop just shy of the 40-yard line. Then they spread out. Del Norte then spreads out as well. They've done nothing but onside kick. Here comes another one. And it's popped up in the air, and Del Norte will get it.
What are we doing with linemen out there? That was a big play by 7-2.
That was an interesting play. Zayd Titus,
What do you
6'2", 280-pound lineman, is able to corral it and gives Del Norte once again great field position, just shy of the 50-yard line, but trailing 14-6.
I've been that lineman on the front edge. That's freaky situation right there.
Ricardo Borges is the center. Starkey lines up under the center. Twin running backs behind. Handed off. Borges left side. Cuts it up. Accelerates. And gets wrestled down after a gain of about 9. As Borges, who came into the game averaging 7 a contest, is finding his stride as this quarter has wore on.
Yeah, good hard run by Borges. I love the way he is able to read those blocks and kind of lean forward and pick his way down the field.
I like the way he is accelerating immediately as he gets the ball.
Yeah, as long as that handoff and as long as it's smooth in the back.
Tight formation this time for the Tigers as Starkey goes under center. Tigers showing blitz. Handoff, Borges again, and this time he's going to only pick up less than a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 with 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Del Norte down 14-6 on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here on KPOD 97.9, Crescent City, California. You can also listen to us on the internet anywhere in the world from DelNorteSports.com.
Even from Japan.
3rd down and short. Starkey under center this time. Pitch play. Borges, stutter step, moves the pile, and picks up the 1st down past the Tigers' 40-yard line.
That was. Remember OJ? OJ, that was his favorite one.
OJ Kalea.
He'd pitch it, and then he'd say, "I'll lead block for you."
And you remember,
I love it.
He was about 5'10" and 205 very solid pounds. He was a terrific lead blocker. Warriors are probably not going to have time to get this play off before the end of the quarter. They will not. And so, second quarter will start with the Tigers leading Del Norte 14-6. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
And Warrior Sports broadcasts are brought to you by Roy Cohen Construction. Lucky 7 Casino, stay and play at the friendliest casino on the Wild Rivers Coast. And Blue Star Gas, family owned and proudly serving for 86 years.
Go Warriors! Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Warrior Broadcast brought to you by Crescent City Les Schwab Tire Center. Doing the right thing matters. McFerrin's Tax and Bookkeeping Services. Tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services. Center Coast Hospital. Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care.
Go Warriors!
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field. Warrior football here on KPOD Crescent City as Del Norte has the ball 1st and 10 on the Arcata 40-yard line. Del Norte trailing, however, 14-6 on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard.
37 rush yards for the Warriors in the first quarter, 37 total yards for them also.
Ball on the far side hash mark. Ratner comes out wide to the left. Man comes in motion. That's Myers. Hands it off to him. And he is just grabbed by the hips and brought down after a loss of 1. Second time that the Tigers were able to read that play from the conception. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, the funny thing was is our first play from line of scrimmage was we faked that and tried to do the drawback up the middle. So Tigers doing a good job staying home but reading when he's going to get it.
Make that a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11. With the exception of 1 4th down pass, Del Norte has been run only. Handoff, McCovey, right side, breaks free. We got a foot race. McCovey down the left sideline. Goodbye, William McCovey. His 2nd touchdown of the season, but there is a penalty flag way back at the line of scrimmage. A legal procedure against Del Norte.
Oh, for naught. What a great hard run by McCovey, though.
So wipe the touchdown off the board, and instead it will be the first penalty of the night against Del Norte. And it will be 2nd down and 16. McCovey went behind the right side, and all of a sudden, just like he had shoved it into overdrive, just exploded out of the back and raced his way into the end zone, leaping over the goal line in the process, but all for naught. Starkey goes under center. The junior signal caller making his first career start at the varsity level. Gets the ball, hands it off. That's going to be Borges this time. And Borges gets it past the 45, maybe to the 44. A modest gain, and it's going to be third down and long for Del Norte.
Oh, that was tough. Tough for the Warriors there, but, man, we still got 2 downs right here. Like you said, I like to see Starkey get out of the pocket a little bit and give him an easy throw to make and relax him a little bit.
Ratner comes out wide to the left for Del Norte. Tight formation otherwise. Running backs split apart. Counter play to Meyer, and once again, it's almost like the Tigers have said, we are not going to let Tobias Meyer beat us. He picks up 1, and it's going to be fourth down and forever, and it looks like the punt team is coming out as Del Norte will try once again to pin the Tigers back deep. The last time that Grayson Franklin punted, it was down at the Arcata 2. He'll be kicking from almost the 50-yard line.
Got a great leg.
Back deep is the Tiger. The ball's going to land at the 10, take a bounce, and guess what?
Wow.
It's going to come to rest, this time at the 6-yard line.
Wow, great kick by Grayson. Boy, it sure is nice having an effective punter like that.
Grayson Franklin earning his keep.
And what a year the boys soccer squad had.
And wait a second. Illegal procedure against Del Norte.
They're going to have us free kick it? I would.
Oh, absolutely.
Grayson gets another shot to do it again.
So take a penalty wiped off a would-be Del Norte TD, and now a penalty wipes off Franklin's kick that was downed at the 6. Back deep will be Jackson Strand for the Tigers. He's already got 1 touchdown tonight on a 66-yard catch. Let's just get Franklin moving the kick. Show off that big leg of his.
Yeah, a little farther. Stretch out that leg right here.
Tigers showing if they're going to come after it. They do. But he gets the kick off. Not as good this time, but it does take a Del Norte bounce. It's fielded immediately.
Tough one to field, but I'm probably glad he did. I was going to go right back down to the 5.
Borges making the tackle on Strand. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 25-yard line. So they picked up 20 yards on that penalty.
9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Warriors got to hold here. They don't want to give up another one before half.
Del Norte down 14-6. 3 receivers for Arcata. Comes out wide to the right. The Tigers 2-0 this season with wins over Fortuna and Eureka. Del Norte 1-1. Lemke in the gun. Greenway to his right. Gets the ball. Quick pass out in the flat. Caught. Gets a block. Still on his feet. Going down the right sideline. That's Jackson Strand. Foot race with McCovey. And it is going to be Strand winning a one-play, 75-yard touchdown for the Tigers.
Oh, my goodness. Strand's having a night. 66-yard touchdown, now 75-yarder.
And at least 3 Warriors had a chance, a good chance, to bring him down and could not wrap Strand up.
Well, John, that was just a simple hitch play right there to the slot receiver. And Warriors did a poor job of forming to him and tackling. That was rough.
In to kick is Paul Vanden Branden. Comes, and the kick is up, and it is good. So Arcata has scored on a 2-play drive and a 1-play drive, and the result is a 21-6 lead over Del Norte with 9:07 to go in the first half.
Some of your Warrior Sportscasters Club members include Crescent City Les Schwab Tire, doing the right thing matters. McFerrin's Tax and Bookkeeping Services, tax, bookkeeping, and payroll. Center Coast Hospital, Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. And Crescent Cabinets. Need new cabinets? Call Crescent Cabinets.
You want to stay tuned for the Hiachi Hamlet halftime report. We got a special guest coming up. We're also going to be talking about Dillner High volleyball, soccer, tennis, youth football, golf.
No, not yet.
We're going to be talking about golf.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about girls golf.
They were in here. They came to the golf simulator at the recreation department the other day when we had 1 day of rain.
We did have 1 day of rain.
We had 6 high school golfers in the rec gym.
Who is the girls golf coach this year?
Coach Blaine Lopez.
Oh, there's a little foreshadowing for you.
Ooh.
So for the fourth time tonight, Arcata gets ready to kick off to Del Norte with Borges and Ballant deep. And once again, that tight formation Arcata has used. They come running up to the ball in this tight formation like they're going to try an onside kick. And then stop just inches shy of the 40, back up, spread out, and then they try the onside kick. You have to wonder if this is going to be the time.
They're going to do an onside kick again. They are playing with a lot of confidence right now.
There is a football theory that says you should always onside kick. The math says that it works out better for you that way. Once again, they fake charge to the ball, then backing off, spreading out. Brian Remke, onside kick again, and this time it's recovered again by Del Norte. Warriors well schooled.
Number 70.
Coming up with it for Del Norte was Aaron Berger. He's a senior. Del Norte, once again, will take over in great field position, this time on the Arcata side of the 50-yard line, 1st and 10, but trailing 21-6 with 9:06 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, we've definitely had great field position each and every time. It seems like we've been playing at midfield the whole game.
Ratner goes out wide to the right. Starkey back in the pistol. Almost loses the handle on the snap, and it will be a loss of 4 or 5 as Starkey ended up having to just grab it and get down as a horde of Tigers were going at the pounce on him. Call it loss of 3, and it's going to be 2nd down and 13. You have to think eventually Del Norte is going to have to throw the ball a little bit, if nothing else, to spread out this Warrior or this Tiger defense that has been relatively effective in holding Del Norte's rushing attack. Although a 60-plus yard touchdown run was taken off because of a formation penalty. Starkey in the gun. Meyer goes in motion. Spin, handoff, Borges, and he is tackled from behind after he gets back to the original, not to the original line of scrimmage. He picks up a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. Ball on the Del Norte 48-yard line.
Warriors got to get something going.
Starkey, big arm, but making his first start in relief of Aiden Rice, who's out tonight after getting hit hard in the shoulder and neck. Borges goes in motion to the far side of the field, and then flags go flying up into the air. And it will be a 5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
3rd penalty?
Second. Second one I have.
Yeah.
And so this drive, which started on the Arcata side of the 50-yard line, is now resting 3rd down with the ball at the 43 of the Warriors. And eventually you have to put some trust in your quarterback. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Twin running backs on either side of Starkey, who's in the gun. Meyer goes now in motion to the far side of the field. Reverses direction. Penalty flags go flying. Offside against Arcata.
Yes, a little motion right there. And the hard count across the middle of the definitely drew the defensive end down there. It was done.
3rd penalty of the night on Arcata. So it's back to 3rd and let's call it 13. on the 48. Starkey gets the play, jogs back to the huddle, refers to the little message board he has on his wrist that quarterbacks use. Two receivers come out to the left, one to the right. Twin running backs, either side. Starkey gets the ball, fakes the handoff, gets pressure, throws over the middle.
Ooh, he got
Tried to hit Meyer over the middle, but the pressure was intense, and it's going to be fourth down.
That was number 65. That was Caden Hackett, 5'11", 260-pounder. Took Starkey down.
Grayson Franklin comes out for the punt. He's had one punt downed at the 2, another one at the 6, although that one got called back because of a penalty. Tigers showing pressure. There's the snap. It comes. I think that's partially blocked. Yeah, it was partially blocked, but nevertheless, it gets a nice Del Norte roll and comes to rest at the Arcata 24-yard line, but that one was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Critical series for Del Norte's defense, down 21-6.
At 14-6, it was critical. Now it's very critical.
As the Warriors simply cannot give up another big play. Tigers have scored on a 66-yard pass, a 51-yard run, and a 75-yard little pitch and catch. Lemke puts Greenway to his left, gets the ball. Oh, tried to throw it, lost the handle, pulled it back down, ran with it, and got corralled quickly by Borges and Bartley. That's a sack.
That's a sack. He wasn't going to run that one, John.
No, he tried to pass it, and the ball kind of spun away in his hand, and he's able to pull it back down. No huddle. Three receivers go out to the left, the wide side of the field, one to the right. Greenway behind Lemke, now comes to his left, puts a man in motion to the near side of the field. He reverses direction, hands it off to Greenway. Bartley tracks him down from behind. Loss of one or two on the play, and there is a penalty flag.
Well, I definitely decline it if it's against Arcata.
Illegal shift against Arcata. That penalty should be declined.
Coach Foz making his decision down there?
He's telling him push him back.
Yeah? All right.
So instead of third down and roughly 10, he's going to make it second down and 15. There's value both ways.
Send him now. Send the house. Go get him.
One receiver to the right, three to the left. Greenway to the left of Lemke. Looking, throws over the middle, and incomplete.
He got a hand on it.
And if Cal Tucker had pulled that in about now, he would be entering the end zone. Because he had one man to beat, and he had already beaten him.
Yeah, he's already tripped.
Tucker, the team's leading receiver coming into the night with 9 catches for 102 yards and 3 TDs, has been quiet. Instead, it has been Jackson Strand. Third down and about 14. Lemke back to pass. The right-hander looking. Pressure comes. Now he drops it off over the middle, finds a receiver, and he is going to be good enough for the first down. Alex Greenway, the running back, was able to get in position in the flat all by his lonesome. And it will be first and 10 from the Arcata 36.
A 16-yard pass and catch.
And that was a big league play by both the Arcata quarterback and running back. Lemke showed no panic whatsoever.
Looked like who's check out of the backfield for the Niners.
3 to receivers to the left. Now one comes in motion. Hand off Greenway. Nope.
Oh.
And once again, Lemke keeps it, and he gets knocked out of bounds by Evan Ratner of the Warriors.
I really paid attention to Lemke on that one, and he really does sell that fake. He watches his running back for the first, second and a half, and it really fools all the linebackers.
Good for 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Warriors trailing 21-6 on the Santa Cruz Hospital scoreboard. Over 4 minutes to go in the half. Tigers with the lead and the ball. Bunch formation to the left. Now all 3 receivers split out wire to the left. There's a snap. Handoff Greenway, left side, gets stopped. Bartley's there on the tackle, getting a lot of help. In fact, leading the charge really was Colton Shad. And it's going to be shy of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. Ball sitting exactly on the 45-yard line.
A big play defensively right here. Even a tackle for a loss out in the flat, a big play. This team's so confident. I wouldn't be surprised to see Arcata take a shot down the field right here. A little bit of a pump fake for a short one and then go deep.
That makes a lot of sense on 3rd and inches.
It does. I mean, especially when you're in 2-down territory and you're as confident as they are as they can move the ball.
3 receivers split out to the right. Lemke rolling to his right, looking, throws, over the middle, dropped.
What a pass, though. Oh, my goodness.
He had his receiver in Finello Fanti, and he laid it right in the hands of Fanti, and he dropped it. Ratner was on the coverage, and it's going to be 4th and inches.
I've never really asked the coach, is there a way that they prepare for the crown? When it's rolling out, thrown at different levels?
It's almost impossible to prepare for it because you never see a crown field anymore except here in Mike Whalen.
Unless you go find a hill somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
But, he laid that one in nicely.
4th down and inches. Handoff. Greenway's caught and dropped shy of the line to gain.
Not at Mike Whalen Field. Not second time.
Colton and McCovey make the play. Warriors take over in positive territory after the defense holds on 4th and inches.
You got to love it, John. Defensive Warrior pride right there when it came to the line of scrimmage.
3:37 to go in the first half. It's Arcata 21, Del Norte 6, but Warriors with the ball. Ratner goes out to the short side of the field to the right. 3 receivers come out to the left. McCovey to the left to Starkey in the gun. Quick pass to the flat. Caught. That's McCovey. Gets away from one tackle. Can't get away from the second. Excuse me, that's Borges, 24. But he is able to get across the 45 to the 40, I think it's the 43-yard line. So a gain of 2. And I believe that is the first varsity completion of the career at quarterback for Canyon Starkey.
You are right, John.
Ratner split out to the left, tight formation otherwise. Starkey under center. Hands the ball off. Borges goes up the middle. The pile moves a little bit. Another gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6 with 2:45 remaining in the half. Warriors down 21-6.
Big drive here for the Warriors. Love to get a touchdown here and cut it to a 1-score game going into halftime. Arcata will be receiving in the second half.
Same formation. Ratner comes out to the left. Twin running backs. Starkey goes under center. Points out the Mike linebacker. Hand off McCovey, and he slipped and goes down just as he was planning to turn his shoulders and go upfield. No gain on the play. It's going to be 4th and 6. The ball at the Arcata 41. And Del Norte has to get to the Tiger 40, and it looks like Del Norte's going to go for it.
Still a hard count here, John.
1:56 to go.
I don't think we go for it here. I think we do a hard count.
Looks like Del Norte is just going to take it down and take a timeout, and then make a decision of what they want to do.
So, I mean, as we sit here... Yep.
And that's exactly what they do. Coach Darren LaFazio, in his second year as head coach after a long career and a very successful career as defensive coordinator, calls timeout with 1:34 to go. 21-6 our score. Arcata leading the Warriors.
Give us a chance to say hello to some of our Sportscasters Club members, including England Marine, Fishing, Marine, and Outdoor Equipment. Go Warriors! Del Norte Office Supply for all our office supplies and furniture and gifts, too. Elk Valley Casino, get in the game. Prime Rib Wednesday, only $25 per plate.
I want to say hello to future Warrior standout, Maverick Kikutsika, who's listening. Hope he's listening. Better be listening.
And Jackson Horner, future lineman for...
That's all Pac-12. Well, I guess there's no such thing as a Pac-12. Future Big Ten lineman.
Yeah, there you go. Big Ten, corn-fed.
16 teams in a league that calls themselves the Big Ten. Yeah, you do the math. Warriors down 21-6. Stay tuned for the Heighty Hamlet halftime report coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to be talking about everything Warrior-related, and we have a very special guest, one you are familiar with in an unfamiliar role. So here we go, 4th and 6.
Our count.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Starkey in the gun, gets the ball, looks up the throw, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. I think he was either trying to hit Meyer or downfield Borges. Borges had slipped as the field is a little bit damp after that rain on Wednesday. Nevertheless, Arcata takes over with 91 seconds left to go in the half, and they're looking for one more big play.
They're going to throw it at Dunn
That's the thing. They've not thrown at their biggest weapon, both literally and figuratively. He is split out way wide to the left.
No help out on an island. Who is that? That's a tough job.
That's Sawyer Fry, the sophomore, guarding him. Rolling out is Lemke. Looking, kind of a pitch patch, and it's complete to the 45. Making the tackle for Del Norte was, I believe that was Bartley.
Fancy with the catch, right, for 5?
Mm-hmm. Clock's running. 1:05 to go. Ball sitting at the Arcata 45. No huddle, but no hurry either by the Tigers. Lemke, the junior quarterback, straight drops, going to throw it deep. He's got a man open. Puts it up in the air, and it is dropped yet again.
Goodness.
Cal Tucker with his second drop. If he hauls it in, he scores.
I came into this game thinking the passing attack is done. Lemke is for real. I mean, that was another ball thrown on the money.
And it hits.
That was a gorgeous pass.
Hits Tucker in the worst place possible, the hands.
Oh.
3rd down and 5. The Tigers have to get just past the 50 for a first down. Ball on the 45. Lemke with the clock stopped. Now he gets it straight drop. Looking. Passes out in the flat. It's incomplete. Nice hit by McCovey as they tried to hit Recky, I should say, and it's 4th down and 5.
Kobe Bartley that was a great hit.
Clock stopped with 39 seconds to go. 3 receivers come out to the wide side of the field on the right, 1 to the left. That's done. Empty backfield this time for Arcata. Lemke, straight drop, looks, throws over the middle. It's dropped again. And my goodness, you're right. Cal Tucker, that's number 7, Lennon Guider, And he was absolutely wide open. Nobody in the middle of the field.
It was a great play call, great fake to the outside for the hitch, and then the linebackers sucked right into the outside, left the middle wide open. Great read, great pass, and just could not catch it.
And that is at least the fourth drop by a wide receiver tonight for the Tigers. Otherwise, this score is even more lopsided, 21-6 right now. Dillner with the ball with 33 seconds to go. Starkey back to pass, looking, going to throw deep.
Whoa.
And it's over everybody's head, pulled in by the Tigers, intercepted at the 10-yard line.
If it's not open, you do not have to throw it down.
Jackson Strand with the interception. Tried to hit Landon Balent. First turnover of the night for Del Norte. And while it's effectively just a punt.
On first down, though.
On first down, yeah. So trying to look on the bright side of things.
Thanks.
Puts the Tigers right back on the offensive with 24 seconds to go. And if they can get a wide receiver to hold on to a ball, they would be in business big time. Lemke at the 5. He's going to take it himself, has a blocker in front of him, and now accelerates, avoid one tackle, and will scoot out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. 10 seconds to go now in the half.
13-yard gain.
No doubt Lemke's going to go into the locker room and tell his wide receivers, guys, just catch the ball first, then take off running.
I can only do so much.
3 receivers go out to the left, the wide side of the field to the right, empty backfield for the Arcata quarterback. But Junu gets the ball. Straight drop, looking, throws, and it's caught, but quickly brought down as Dunn gets his first catch, but is very slow getting up as he was hit hard by Bartley and Ben Borges. 3 seconds remain, and timeout will be called by Arcata. Good for a first down. Out to the Arcata 37-yard line. So time for one play.
What do you dial up here, John? Hook and ladder?
You know, I think the way that Arcata's receivers have been able to get open, I would go ahead with a standard play and just hope that your receiver catches the ball.
Well, yeah, you know, they haven't really fired down the field to Dunn yet, and the Warriors went away from that double team pretty quickly. I would look for a hot read here and see if they double up to the outside to Dunn. If not, why not take a shot at him? Dunn's
going to stay in the game. He's going to line up way wide to the left, to the wide side of the field.
That's single coverage right there with Sawyer.
Sawyer, a sophomore, physically gifted.
No, Tobias over top, then Sawyer over.
Quick pass. It's caught out in the flat, trying to find some room. Still on his feet, and finally taken out of bounds was Cal Tucker to end the half. And making the tackle for the Warriors was Braden Johnson. But that brings an end to the first half, one that saw 3 big plays by Arcata. And the Tigers lead Del Norte 21-6. And it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. You know, we just can't get things going in the right direction. But I can tell you what, but Lemke is for real. I'm not sure about Dunn yet, but man, Lemke, that quarterback, he's for real. Warriors got to work on containing him and keeping him in the pocket in the second half.
We'll be back with the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the halftime report, and it's brought to you by the Hiuchi Hamlet on Highway 199 in Hiuchi. We'll have all the halftime stats and more on the way next.
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Center Coast Hospital offers urology care with urologist Dr. Robin Sagoni, a graduate of OHSU. Dr. Sagoni has over 20 years of experience specializing in kidney stones, prostate enlargement, and prostate cancer, bladder cancer, kidney and testicular tumors, vasectomy, and vasectomy reversal. Dr. Zagoni is taking new patients at Center Coast Health Center in Brookings. Please call 541-469-9205 for an appointment. For decades, Western Valley Insurance and their agents have been serving the needs of our community. If you're in need of business or workers' comp insurance, ask for Robin, Regina, or Kendra. And for home and auto, Melissa can help you with a custom quote. Call Western Valley Insurance to make an appointment to discuss your needs. And the team will do the rest. 707-465-5999. And on the corner of 3rd and K Streets in downtown Crescent City, Western Valley Insurance. Teamwork makes a difference. It's the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. And with the latest information, stats of the first half, and games from around the league, here's John.
Welcome to the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here at halftime. 21-6 our score, Arcata leading Del Norte, and joining us is special guest, the head coach of the Del Norte High girls golf team. You know him as the Hall of Famer, Blaine Lopez. But it's not a Hall of Famer in golf, is it?
No, definitely not.
First off, Coach, your team had a big meet this week, and you did more than well.
Yeah, it was our first match of the year, and we have 5 new girls, which is pretty cool. So I only had 1 returner, and we went to our first tournament, and we had second place. So I was really proud of the girls.
Who's on your team?
So I have, you can put me on the spot here. So Charlie's my only returner, Charlie Tigert, Bria Larson, Brooklyn Carter. Then I got my Jaylee Keeling, Kaylee, and I'm not even going to try to say her last name, and Haley Nybert. I forget what.
A lot of rhyming there.
6 of them, yeah. And then I want to, before I forget, I don't know if you know, but Bailey Jones is helping me. And it's been awesome having her out there to help the girls, and so that's been a much-needed boost for us. So I'm glad. I want to thank her for coming out.
Now, Coach, if memory serves, you just had 3 players last year.
We had 4.
4,
yes.
And so you've got now 6 or 7.
6 is the full team. So that's cool.
So you're
first time in 4 years we've had 6. So that's cool.
Yeah. What's it like for you? You were always, you were the former boys basketball coach. You've been a football coach. Now you're the girls golf coach. Is it obviously? It's not like you're going to stand on the sideline and scream, "Make the putt!" But in some ways, is coaching still coaching?
It's fundamental stuff's still the same, but obviously the mentality and the approach is a lot different, right? So I really enjoy it. It's great being out there, and it's outside, and the weather's been beautiful. We've been really fortunate. So, and before I forget, also, I know he's here. I don't want to swell his head, but I want to thank John and the rec crew for the one day we did have rain. They let us use the simulator, and let me tell you guys, if you have not done that, you need to give it a try. It's amazing. It's a great facility. You guys should check that out.
Coach Blaine Lopez of the Del Norte High girls golf team joining us as the Del Norte cheerleaders perform to some sort of sound. Warriors trail 21-6 at halftime to Arcata.
John's about ready to start dancing in here.
Oh, please, Lord, no. We're up 3 stories. Come on, hold on. So, Coach, what's coming up? What big meets do you have? And you have one here at Del Norte coming up in the near future.
And that's on the 12th of October. And, they really treat us pretty good down there. The last couple of years we've had 2 up here. But this year, the opening that they had, the golf course was aerated to green. So we only get 1 this year, and that's on October 12th. So the girls are looking forward to that, obviously, but we got a long ways before that.
And last year you had 3 White Stars?
We did. And, there's only 7. I don't know if everybody knows that. So that was quite an accomplishment. It's the first time in the history of the school that there were 3 White Stars from the one team, so that was cool.
I got to ask you, as the old football coach, what would you be telling the Warrior football team right now, down 21-6?
Well, it's a long game. They had a big play called back, which is unfortunate. So it's not the end of the world, right? It's just a tough speech right now. But I think you got to tell the kids we got a lot of time left, and let's just go be physical and see what happens.
I thought as the golf coach you'd say something like, use your 3-wood, guys. Coach Blaine Lopez joining us of the Del Norte High girls golf team. Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Well, as Blaine transitions out of the rather snug Chuck Blackburn Memorial Press Box, it gives us a chance to take a look at Warrior Focus. Everything going on Warrior and more. The Del Norte High varsity volleyball team is already flexing its muscles early this season. Warriors dispatched Brookings Harbor High on Tuesday, then bested St. Bernard's on Thursday, with both non-conference matches coming in at Tunin Gymnasium. Tomorrow, Del Norte is scheduled to take part in a tournament in Red Bluff, followed by a trip to Eureka for a turn match with the Crusaders. And then the Warriors will open Big Five conference action on September 19th when they play host to Fortuna in Tunin Gymnasium. Defending Humboldt Del Norte League boys soccer champion Del Norte opened its defense of the title with a 2-0 home win Tuesday over Eureka. Deacon Hanks banged in a pair of goals for the Warriors, who will return to action on Tuesday. Fortuna Del Norte is now 8-1 overall this season. Del Norte's girls soccer team is 1-1 with a 1-0 victory over Clear Lake and a very competitive 2-0 loss to Fortuna. Now, on Wednesday, the Warriors will hit the road to Miranda for a 6 p.m. battle with South Fork High School down in southern Humboldt County. Del Norte girls tennis team will return to action Saturday when the Warriors take on North Coast Prep in Arcata. Del Norte will be at home Tuesday when Fortuna comes to town. First serve will be at 3:30 p.m. In Six River Youth Football League play last Sunday, it was brother versus brother at Mike Whalen Field. At the single A level, Del Norte Blue topped Del Norte Gold 12-6. Gold defeated Blue 31-0 in double A action, and in triple A play, the Golds defeated the Blues 46-6. Brookings Harbor High football team goes after its first win of this young season tonight, as the Bruins are taking on Pleasant Hill right now in a 7 p.m. game that started at 7 o'clock. That is at Bruin Field. Brookings Harbor fell last week to Phoenix 42-7. Del Norte High's Warrior Dance Team is going to offer a youth dance clinic. That's going to be tomorrow from noon to 2 p.m. right here at Mike Whalen Field. Participants can be preschool to 8th grade. The cost is $25. That includes working on the clinic routine, a T-shirt, and then a performance. That's going to be on Friday, September 20th, halftime of the JV game. Game's going to start at 5 p.m. Registration tomorrow is from 11:30 to noon. And for more information, you can contact Melanie at, let me give you the email address. I think that might be easy to remember. DNHS, Del Norte High School, DNHS Dance Team at yahoo.com, or just come down tomorrow as the Del Norte High School band performs. That's going to be tomorrow. Come down and register from 11:30 to noon. And put these dates in your calendar. The Del Norte High Theater Department will present the mystery Clue, October 18th through the 20th. Show will be on stage at the school's multi-purpose room, a.k.a. the lunchroom. And by the way, if you'd like to see the day when local students in theater, band, choir, dance, and other disciplines can perform someplace worthy of their efforts at Del Norte High School, check out Partnership for the Performing Arts. Check out the webpage at ppadelnorte.org. Once again, PPA, Partnership for the Performing Arts, ppadelnorte.org. 21-6 our score, and we'll be back with more of the High-H halftime report after this. We are broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
The High-H hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, High-H hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. High-H hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Welcome back to the High-H Hamlet halftime report here from Mike Whalen Field. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here on KPOD 97.9 FM and DelNorteSports.com. Tigers lead Del Norte 21-6. Let's take a quick look at the scoring summary as the Tigers got on the board first as Jackson Strand, turned a 66-yard touchdown pass from Luke Lemke into a score, 7-0, halfway through the first quarter. Warriors would respond, forcing a Arcata fumble deep in their own territory, and one play later, Ben Borges busted into the end zone from 6 yards out. The extra point was no good, and so it's 7-6. Then, about 3 minutes later, it was Lemke this time, executing an absolutely picture-perfect fake, then going around the right side and scoring from 51 yards out. Kick was good, and it's 14-6. And then with 9:07 in the second quarter, it was Strand once again taking a pass in the flat, dodging not one, not two, but three Warrior would-be tacklers, and then sprinting 75 yards down the right sideline to the score. 21-6 is our score at halftime. And Mad Dog, you've got some first-half stats.
Absolutely. Taking a look at Arcata first. Overall, they ended up with 98 rush yards and 177 pass yards. Lemke led the way passing and rushing, along the way with the two big plays by Strand, receiving 2 catches for 141 yards for Strand. He had a big first half. And for Warriors, well, offense was not in the cards in the first half. They had a total of 43 total yards in the first half. Let's put it this way. The Arcata Tigers had 3 plays. Each one of them had more yards than the Warriors had in the whole first half. So it was rough.
So let's take a look at some rankings. There were some slight changes in the Cal Prep Humboldt Del Norte League rankings coming into tonight, with St. Bernard's number 1, Arcata moving up to number 2. Fortuna was 3, Ferndale 4, Del Norte 5, then Eureka, McKinleyville, and Hoopa Valley. In the Division 6 rankings, Cardinal Newman is now number 1, flipping spots with number 2, Marin Catholic. Fortuna was 4th, Del Norte 7th, and McKinleyville is 14th. Take a look at last week's results and this week's local battles. Del Norte, of course, bounced Ashland at home 28-20. Arcata was knocking off Fortuna 26-18. Shasta handled Eureka 35-12, the Loggers' 16th consecutive loss in a row. I was saying 15, but it's actually 16. St. Bernard's is now 2-0 after a 49-32 win over Willits. Ferndale also won, while Hoopa Valley lost and McKinleyville had a bye. Now tonight, Arcata, of course, is here at Del Norte right now, leading at halftime 21-6. Eureka is traveling to Newark Memorial. Fortuna plays host to McKinleyville. Panthers are in the midst of a 12-game losing streak. And St. Bernard's plays tomorrow against Biggs High. Mad Dog, which of these games piques your interest the most? Not that you know what peaks mean.
Yeah, as long as I don't look at your page, I think it just peaks the other way.
Okay.
When you throw the Q in there, yeah, I definitely think of some French cuisine. But anyways,
cupcakes perhaps.
Cupcakes. No, I love when Coach Tomlin goes and plays some of the bigger traditional football schools over in the Valley. Biggs is one of those. They have a steeped in tradition, just like Ferndale and those kind of situations. So he's gonna have his hands full. They did a great job against Biggs last year, beat them by 21. I don't expect anything different this year, but I'd like to go on the road and see some of those small towns in the Valley and see how the Friday Night Lights seem. Next
week, once again here at Mike Whalen Field, it will be the Skyline Titans of Oakland coming to Mike Whalen Field. Skyline is 1-0 so far this season. Then Del Norte heads south to Oakland itself for a battle with Oakland Tech, a return engagement. Oakland Tech came here to Mike Whalen Field last year, and the Warriors came away with a 26-7 victory.
They'll be excited to get off the crown. That quarterback had problems last year.
After that, Del Norte gets a bye on October 11th. Then it's the start of, well, it's not the start of the Big Five Conference. It's the first game against Eureka. That will be here at Mike Whalen Field on October 18th. Then on the 25th will be the start of conference action as Fortuna will come. That's going to be a Saturday night game here at Mike Whalen Field. Then Del Norte will travel to Eureka for a Saturday night game. It'll be the homecoming for the Loggers. And then on Saturday, October 9th, Del Norte will be at St. Bernard's. That's going to be a 2 p.m. start. No lights down at St. Bernard's. And that game has turned in over the last 5, 6, 7 years into perhaps the most passionate game on the schedule for Del Norte.
It does, and it's a battle of wills, and there's a lot of pride and dedication and tradition that comes with those programs. So, yes, absolutely. There will be a lot of excitement for that one.
Earlier tonight in junior varsity action, Brent Long scored from 3 yards out in the third quarter, and that was the only scoring in the whole game, and that was enough to give the Warriors an 8-0 victory over the Tigers. Del Norte improving to 2-1 in junior varsity action. Mad Dog, both teams are out on the field right now getting ready to start the second half. What are the keys for Del Norte offensively in the second half, trailing 21-6?
This Arcata Tiger team is playing with a lot of confidence. They came up to Mike Willen Field. They really showed no respect for the Warriors. The key is at halftime, that needed to be a point of emphasis that nobody comes up here and treats us that way. I mean, they went for 4th and 4 on their own 30, and they ran the ball. I mean, that's just showing that, we know that we can run it. So the Warriors need to come out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulders, and they need to get after it. And it's going to be important, this first drive on both sides, to set the tone at the line of scrimmage. That Arcata front line is going both ways. We have fresh kids sometimes on the line. We've got to impose our will at the line of scrimmage here in the second half.
I think defensively, Del Norte has to show a lot more discipline. This is a big, quick strike Arcata team, and they scored on 66, 51, and 75-yard plays. The last one was the 75-yard pass that went about 3 yards forward, and then Strand made 3 people miss and raced down the sideline to the score. Del Norte has to do a better job of eye discipline, and as we mentioned at the end of the first half, the Tigers left at least 14 points on the field with drop passes.
Yeah.
That could have been hauled in and would have ended up in the end zone. So Del Norte has escaped a couple bullets, but they actually have to find some way to put some caliber in the chamber themselves. And Kenyon Starkey, getting his first start at quarterback for the Warriors in place of an injured Aiden Rice, he's got to find some way to settle down, get the ball to his receivers as well, and force Arcata to play a little bit more honest defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Starkey's got to get warmed up. He's got happy feet out there, so he's got to make sure he sets himself, he have confidence in what you're doing, and make good throws.
This has been the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. Hiuchi Hamlet, located on U.S. Highway 199 in Hiuchi. Warriors start the second half as Grayson Franklin kicks the ball. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line, brought up the field, avoiding one tackle, avoiding a second tackle, and finally slammed to the ground as Cal Tucker brought the ball up until finally stopped by Aaron Berger, his second tackle of the night on special teams. But the Tigers take over, leading 21-6 on their own 32-yard line.
One guy that doesn't play both ways for the Arcata front line is number 77, their center.
77, Xavier Grudenmacher. You will eat our Grudenmacher. We have ways of making you eat our Grudenmacher. That's terrible.
He's a big boy.
We should be embarrassed to do that. But it's a great name. That's a great name.
I love it, man.
Xavier Grudenmacher.
Like he should be a power lifter.
You expect to see him on that World's Strongest Man competition.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go. 3 receivers to the narrow side of the field, 1 to the wide side, as Lemke is in the pistol. Hands the ball off the Greenway, and he gets slapped down. Coming up to make the tackle hard was Colton Shadd. Got some help from Bartley, Curtis Bartley. Loss of 1 on the play, and it will be 2nd and 11.
Very slow developing there, and that's the last thing you want to do with this linebacker crew here.
Ball now more in the middle of the field. The Warriors look to get a 3-and-out to start the second half. And the Tigers, looks like they're going to take their time. Greenway now goes to the right of Lemke. Lemke's going to roll out to the right, going to keep it himself. Gets away from one tackler, goes around the right side, still on his feet, avoiding would-be tacklers, and he is going to score. He was wrapped up in the backfield and managed to get away. 70 yards later, another quick strike for the Tigers.
Backbreaker. Looked like we had a tackle for a loss, a sack, and he just broke away. He's a great athlete.
Lemke's now scored on runs of 70 and 51 and has thrown touchdown passes of 66 and 75.
Need him on my fantasy football team.
Into kick, Paul Vandenbranden. That's a great name, too. Vandenbranden. Kick is up, and the kick is not very far, but it gets over the crossbar. Once again, a very quick drive, and the Tigers have extended their lead to 28-6.
Some more of our Warrior Sportscasters Club members include Lisa McCallan. Like a good neighbor, Lisa is there. That's a good neighbor. Lisa is there. Chimney Craft, working for you since 1982, trying to keep you warm and happy. Chalwell Benz and Hartwick. Good luck, Warriors, from Team CBH, your local accounting and tax firm.
I want to wish you congratulations tomorrow as our good friends Kelly and George will tie the knot.
Poor George. I said that over there. Sorry, Kelly.
No, they're
That's
both,
awesome.
both of whom are just wonderful, wonderful people, and we're looking forward to being there and witness what's undoubtedly going to be a very, very special moment for everybody in attendance. So congratulations to both of you.
Well, it's going to be a special moment, too, when we come back and win this one, John.
I like your optimism.
I had us by 14 tonight.
You did. I had us coming back in the second half, winning by 6. Right now, Del Norte's down by 3 scores and has been unable to stop Arcata's big plays.
You might be in the lead here. I don't know if I can get up by 14.
So up by 3 scores, let's see if Arcata continues to go and use its philosophy of only onside kicking. Because once again, they go with the fake and then back off, spread out. And it is going to be another onside kick. It is caught and still on its feet and gets thrown out of bounds with Sawyer Fry. And he was a broken tackle away from scoring.
Yeah, that popped right up into his... He hit him in stride as he was going after that one.
So it will be first down for Del Norte, this time on the Arcata 46-yard line. Del Norte has started all its drives, for the most part, in terrific field position, but really has not taken advantage of it except for when they forced a turnover inside the 20 and scored a play later. Where's a little confusion now. Now McCovey will get in spot. Now he'll go in motion. As Starkey goes back to pass, looking, pressure comes, he tucks it and runs. And will go out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 5, maybe even 6, as Starkey scanned the field, didn't see anything he was comfortable with, tucked it and ran and made a positive play out of it. Nice job by the junior making his first varsity start.
Nice. Good read. Good break out of there. Got it out of bounds. I like it.
Second down and 4. Nose of the football, touching the 40-yard line on the near side hash mark. Going out to the wide side of the field is Evan Ratner. Tight formation as Starkey goes under center. Hands it off to McCovey, left side. Can't get away from one would-be tackler as the second one comes up. And it's going to be a loss of at least 1 back to the 41. And it's going to be third down now and 5.
Man, the Arcata Tigers, I wonder when before the season started, they looked at their schedule, man, we're going to knock off 3 Big Four opponents here to start the season.
28-6 are scored, 10-10 to go here in the third quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Ball in the middle of the field. Starkey will go under center this time. Points out the linebacker. pitches it to McCovey and then leads the blocking. And this time McCovey is unable to sport through a hole. He gets almost to the 40, and it's going to be 4th down and 5. And Coach Foz is going to send in the punt team.
Just can't get anything going. Like I said, it's total of 43 yards in the first half.
Grayson Franklin will go into punt formation. He's been very successful. However, his last punt was tipped. It's turned out to be a fairly good punt for the Warriors. There's the snap. There's the punt. End over end. It lands on the 15 and then backs up a little bit. And it will be 1st down for the Tigers on their own 13-yard line, with Del Norte trailing 28-6.
Still not a bad kick right there. Not returned.
Anytime you get it inside the 20 is good. Anytime you get it inside the 15 is swell. Anytime you get it inside the 10 is great. And anytime you get it inside the 5 is wonderful.
Thank you. I did not know that scale.
That's the scale they use.
Great.
Where'd you get your education?
I have no idea, but that was swell. That was swell.
3 receivers go out to the right side of the field, 1 to the left. Ball in the middle of the field. 1st and 10 from the 13. Lemke with Greenway to his left. Hands it off to Greenway, and he will go nowhere fast. Coming up and making the tackle for the Warriors is Colton Shad. Gets it out to the 15, so maybe a gain of 1. Not much more. 2nd down and 9 as Panthers skew the huddle.
Greenway has not been able to break away at all. He's
it's
at 8 carries for 12 yards.
But then we have Lemke.
Who's a Sports Center highlight reel.
He's in an empty backfield this time. Gets the ball, looking to pass. Steps, throws, kind of a floater that's incomplete. And we got a penalty flag on the field. Tried to hit Greenway with Tobias Meyer in coverage. Let's see what the signal is.
Holding.
That's exactly what it is. Holding against the Tigers.
You're going to go half the distance, 4 yards, or we're going to go...
They're going to go ahead and march it off. Just the 4th penalty of the night against the Tigers. Del Norte only has 2. One proved especially costly. It wiped the long touchdown run by William McCovey off the board. So 2nd down now and about 15. Lemke standing on his own 2-yard line, fumbles the ball, and he is going to be sacked in the end zone. And let's see the official signal. Are they going to mark it?
At the 1.
They're going to mark him down at the 1. I thought he was juggling the ball as he stepped into the end zone. They are going to say it's going to be 3rd down from the 1. In fact, it's going to be inside the 1. As the Tigers get a little gift. He was eventually tackled about 7 yards deep in the end zone. Nevertheless, 3rd down and forever. Let's see if the Tigers go for the 1st down or play conservatively. Pressure coming. Here comes Bartley. He rolls to his right. Running, and he steps out of bounds. After about a 10-yard gain, but still way shy of the 1st down marker. And it will be time for the punt teams to come onto the field.
You'd hope.
He got it out to the 15, so 14-yard gain.
You never know here. Put anything past this Tiger team right now. 7:40 left here in the 3rd quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. We're staged to have another great field position.
Ronnie Recchi is in position to punt. Back deep is Starkey to receive. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's a pretty good one. Starkey, fair catches at the Arcata 48-yard line. Once again, Del Norte will start a drive in positive field position, but have just not been able to take advantage of it all night long. Our score with 7:33 to go in the third quarter. It's Arcata 28 and Del Norte 6.
You know, John, we talk about a situation. An odd thing is we've lived in their secondary, and, I mean, their side of the field, and Arcata hasn't been in ours. It's been like 60, 70-yard plays, so that's kind of odd. And they're up by 20.
Starkey will be in the gun. He's got McCovey behind him. Looks like he'll take it. Starkey will take it himself, and the junior will plow past the 45 to almost the 44. So positive yardage, gain of about 3 on the play.
Just his second rush of the night. He had 1 sack, and then he was rushed twice.
Second down coming up. Next week, we'll be back here at Mike Whalen Field.
One more time.
Skyline High of Oakland will make the long trip. And then Del Norte will return the favor and go to Oakland Tech the week after that. All games here on KPOD 97.9 FM. Starkey takes it himself, moves the pile as the Warriors going with a little bit of option action. Tigers playing disciplined football, taking away the pitch and making Starkey turn it upfield. Gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 44.
3rd down and 7. Warriors got, at some point, these 35-40 field position, we're going to have to go for one of these fours pretty soon.
6.5
on territory, probably.
6.5 to go here in the third quarter. Warriors down by 3 scores. Starkey in the gun with running backs on either side of it. Myers goes in motion, and penalty flags go flying in from every direction imaginable. 5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
There you are, Johnny.
And so from what was, 3rd down and tough to 3rd and 11.
Which is
against
tougher.
An offense that, other than Ben Borges' 16-yard touchdown run, Warriors have not been able to put together any chunk plays. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Single running back, that's McCovey, to the right of Starkey, the quarterback. He gets the ball, rolls out, throws it, and it is incomplete. Tried to hit Meyer, and the pass was low, and it will be 4th down, and here comes the punt team.
Definitely a punt team situation there.
Yeah, with that 5-yard penalty, kind of took the debate out of the question. Strand goes back deep for the Tigers. Grayson Franklin, part of the Warriors soccer team, getting ready to punt. Tigers showing that they might try to come after it. Oh, almost at a offside. There's the snap. There's the kick. Tries to go for the corner. Strand takes it at the 14-yard line, comes around the left side, and sneaks out of bounds at the 30. Make it the 31. As Jackson Strand introduces himself to some of the Del Norte cheerleaders on the track. Hi, I'm Jackson Strand. I've already scored a couple touchdowns. Nice to meet you. If you're in Arcata, let's go to Don's Pizza and Donuts. I'll introduce you to something called a cruller.
Oh, my goodness.
You remember the cruller.
I vividly.
We went there one time, and he'd never had a cruller.
No.
And I've never seen a man fall in love as quickly as John Horner did.
I wanted to go. So we got to.
You turned around and went back and got more.
Yeah, we went to the gym, and I was like, dude, we need to go back in there.
I've never seen anybody look so happy in his life.
Never been so happy in the Tigers Den.
Back to pass and throwing it out in the right flat is Lemke, and he's able to get the ball to Cal Tucker, and this time he holds on to it. Picks up a few before Bartley is able to bring him down. But he is able to get it out to the 36-yard line. Good for 5.
Well, his second catch for Tucker.
He came into the game with 9 on the season, leading the team. He's had several opportunities that went clang off his hands, and he's going to have nightmares about that tonight, thinking about would-be touchdowns. Man comes in motion. Now he stops. Lemke looking to the sideline. Gets the play. He's in the gun with a running back to his right. That's Greenway. Gets the snap, hands it off. No, keeps it himself. Once again, a terrific fake. And we'll get near the first down yardage. Making the tackle was Jason Murphy. But do we have a penalty flag?
Yes, we do. Right at the tackle. So I don't know if it was a face mask holding.
So that's at the, it will be 10 yards from the end of the run. And so instead of being 1st and 10, it's going to be instead of being 1st and 10, it's going to be 2nd and 10. The penalty happened right at the first down marker. Warriors trailing 28-6, 4:20 to go here in the third quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. You're listening to KPOD, Crescent City, 94.3. I'm sorry, 97.9. Second week in a row I've done that. Lemke goes back to pass. Looking, throws it, and Dunn is unable to pull it in. The pass was a tad bit high, and he had a couple chances to bring it in, but could not
He almost
secure it. And he looks at Lemke, taps his shoulder. My bad. I should have caught that, but that would have been a tough one.
That was almost a gorgeous one.
So 3rd and 10, ball on the Arcata 30, 31. It's only the second time tonight that Dunn has been targeted. He hauled in the other one. Back to pass, pressure coming. Can he get away? He's going to get, it's going to be, no, he's got out of bounds at the 40. Tobias Meyer stopped him before he could get to first down yardage. Lemke not only has a nice arm, he is sneaky fast.
Kind of like me.
That's just sneaky. 4th down and 1. Ball at the, that's actually more than 1.
I got 2 on my side.
Ball is about
39.
a foot shy of the 40, and they have to get all the way to the 41, and they're going to go for it. In fact, it's going to be empty backfield. 4 receivers lined up to the right. 1 to the left. That's done. Lemke throws.
Easy money.
Has the catch, has the first down, as making the grab was Jackson Strand. Starkey comes up to make the tackle with help from Colton Shad.
7-yard gain on the play. Strand picks up his 3rd catch of the night.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Arcata 46.
148 yards of receiving for Strand right now.
Tigers leading Del Norte 28-6. We've got 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. And now it looks like the Tigers are going to be happy just to take a little time off the clock. They get the signal from the sidelines, no huddle. Ball on the far side hash mark. Greenway now steps to the left. Man comes in motion. Hand off to Greenway. And he gets tripped up by Bartley. Curtis Bartley as he goes by. And Greenway is able to stumble his way to the 49. 2nd and 7. Coming up next for the Tigers. Lemke signals out to Dunn, who's lined up wide to the left. Greenway moves over to the left, back to pass, looking for Dunn. They're going to throw deep, and it's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown.
What a throw.
As Sawyer Fry got lost and didn't realize that Dunn had made the catch. 51 yards. Another big play.
My goodness.
Lemke to Dunn.
All right, I'm a believer. Took me a little while, John, but This Arcata team can throw the ball decently. Limke threw that one right over the shoulder. I mean, just perfect stride for stride was done. You know, Fry got lost a little bit there, but I don't even know if Fry knew what was going to happen if that was going to work. But it wasn't going to work.
Vanden Bredden for the kick. It's up. It's good. And so the fifth big play of the night. The Tigers have scored on plays of 66, 51, 75, 70, and now 51. And our score, with 2:17 remaining here in the third quarter, it's Arcata 35 and Del Norte 6.
And some more of our Warrior Sportscasters Club members include Del Norte Office Supply, for all your office supplies and furniture and gifts too. Valvoline and Henry Car Wash, Get the Works Car Wash across from Fred Meyer. And Elk Valley Casino, get in the game. Prime Rib Wednesdays, only $25 per plate. Have you got Prime Rib Wednesday yet?
I love Prime Rib.
Have you had Prime Rib Wednesday out? I love Elk Valley Casino's salad bar.
They have a sandwich. I can't remember what it is now, but we split it, and it's so good.
And get the salad bar.
Clam chowder's good out there, too.
Do you know what makes a salad bar good, John?
What's that?
Multiple different kinds of meat, good bacon bits, and cottage cheese. There you go. I said it.
If that works for you, then God bless you.
That's when you know you got yourself a good salad bar.
Okay. Tigers will be kicking off right to left, east to west. They fake it and then come back and now spread out. Okay, I'm officially tired of that.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, do it. No sense to do it now. And let's see if they kick off deep now, leading 35-6. No, another onside kick. This time, Warriors track it down. And grabbing it for Del Norte was Bartley. Bartley's played well tonight after missing last week's game.
Warriors have 53 yards of total offense, John.
Warriors playing without starting quarterback and starting cornerback Aiden Rice. Warriors hope to have him back next week as Del Norte plays host to Skyline of Oakland right here at Mike Whalen Field. Come out to the game or listen live or do both on KPOD. Starkey goes back to pass. The right-handed junior throws, going to throw deep, and cannot hook up with his intended receiver. Tried to hit Ben Borges out of the backfield running a wheel route, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Not a bad pass, but they were unable to hook up.
Need a little more air under the ball there, especially on a wheel route like that. When the receiver's running by the defender, got to put a little bit more air on that one.
Borges tried to cut under the defender and just could not haul it in.
2:15 left here in the third quarter.
Handoff this time. That is William McCovey, and he's going to pick up almost a first down yardage. And in fact, it will be enough for a first down. 10-yard gain for William McCovey. As number 23, the 190-pound junior, Warriors now just plow straight ahead. And it's going to be good for about 5 yards as Del Norte rushed to the line of scrimmage. And Starkey took it himself, saw an opportunity, and got 5. Ball sitting on the 40-yard line now. Warriors showing a little life on this drive. Handoff, Borges, and he is caught by Dunn, and a little extracurricular pushing and shoving, and a penalty flag is dropped on the far side of the field right at the end of the play. In fact, the play had already been whistled dead. So let's see what we got here. Arcata is clapping.
Oh, no.
Personal foul against Arcata.
Maybe he was confused. So after the play, so you get the 1 yard gain.
Get the gain and then a 15-yard penalty, and that will be a first down for the Warriors. 1:10 left here in the third. Del Norte down 35-6, but moving the ball inside the 25 of Arcata. Starkey going to run a little option, pitches it to McCovey, right side, drags somebody with him, and then gets hurdled out of bounds as big number Caden Hackett, the 5'11", 250-pound junior, just had him by the back of the jersey and tossed him. But still good enough for a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 next. Ball now in the KPOD red zone. Warriors trying to stick it in to the Chuck Shad Memorial end zone on the right end of the field, the east end. Starkey gets the ball. Option again.
Uh-oh.
This time it goes on the ground, and it looks like it was recovered by Arcata. The pitch play was to McCovey's back shoulder, and he was unable to haul it in. And by the time he put on the brakes, Arcata had recovered it. So Del Norte's drive ends with the second turnover of the night.
53 seconds left here in the third quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Warriors trail 35-6.
Warriors have turned the ball over on an interception and now a fumble where it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers on their own 25. Warriors opened the season with a shutout loss at Fortuna. Came back last week with a 28-20 victory over Ashland. Handoff to Greenway, and he is able to stay on his feet, breaks a tackle, and will pick up close to first down yardage at the 35.
Thrower. Oh, you're right.
McCovey came up from one of his linebacker positions. Nose of the football on the 35. Ball resting on the near side hash mark. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Luke Lemke, the quarterback, hands it off to Greenway. This time he does not get away as Colton Shad wrapped him up, and he is brought down at the 38. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7, sitting on the horizon, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. One that saw yet another big play by the Tigers. In fact, 2 of them, a 70-yard run and a 56-yard pass. And the result, Arcata leads Del Norte 35-6. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports. Okay.
Broadcasting live with Warrior Bride.
And Warrior Broadcast brought to you by Crescent Cabinets. Need new cabinets? Call Crescent Cabinets. More John Parts and Service. For one-on-one service and support with a winning edge, see the team at More John Parts and Service. And Valvoline, Henry's Car Wash. Get the Works Car Wash across from Fred Meyer.
Go Warriors! Broadcasting live with Warrior Bride.
And Warrior Broadcast brought to you by England Marine. Fishing, marine, and outdoor equipment. Go Warriors. Del Norte Office Supply for all of your office supplies and furniture and gifts too. And Elk Valley Casino. Get in the game. Prime Rib Wednesdays. Only $25 per plate.
Go Warriors!
12 minutes of football remaining here at Mike Whalen Field. Del Norte trailing Arcata 35-6 as the Tigers have used big play after big play after big play after big play to put Del Norte on its heels. Warriors offense has just not been able to find any type of rhythm tonight except for a 16-yard scoring run by Ben Borges in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been tough for the Warriors in all aspects, but you know what? One more quarter left. Let's see some pride right here.
2nd down and 7 for Arcata as quarterback Luke Lemke gets the ball, hands it off, trying to find some room, and getting bulldogged down by Curtis Bartley. Carrying the ball for Arcata for the first time tonight was Cal Tucker.
Bartley, one of the best wrestlers in the nation, definitely showed it there.
That looked more like a rodeo move. Loss of 4, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Loss of... Oh, yes. Sorry. Oh, you're losing it.
There is a specific wrestling term for what he did, and I can't think of it. It's not a suplex.
We're not wrestling announcers, are we, John?
Wait, if we did it, we'd do it. 3 receivers come out wide to the right for the Tigers. Lemke's going to roll out, looking. Here comes the pressure. throws it over the middle, finds a wide open receiver still on his feet. That's Riki, and Riki picks up first down yardage, gets out past the Del Norte 40-yard line, and a late penalty flag comes in.
And Limke's ability to keep his head downfield as he scrambles is huge.
And what do we got here?
Head-to-head helmet. No?
Illegal procedure. So that was, since they let the play go on, it was probably an illegal shift. So no exciting play. Instead, it will be third down and about 14. Ball will be at the Arcata 31, and they have to get to the 45. But you know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Is Cruz Montana.
Yes.
Being the
Cruz was a little taller, wasn't he?
Yeah, not much, but a little bit. But
his head down the field like that.
Always looking down the field with enough athleticism to keep everybody honest. Back to pass, Lemke. Lots of time. Now here comes the pressure. And Chad can't haul him down. Now Lemke's going to try to run. Throws it downfield. It's caught. First down. And it's done. Makes the grab. And we have penalty flags flying and an injured Warrior.
That was not good back there.
So the officials are going to sort it out. Arcata players taking a knee. Here comes the referee as Del Norte's training staff tends to the injured Warrior.
Chad bringing his helmet over. Chad has a feeling this is going to be a second.
I wonder if I followed the ball after the pass.
So basically one of the linemen from Arcata ended up on top of him. I think the late call was maybe excessive blocking, but he must have landed on something when he went down. But both of them went down in the same spot. I don't know if maybe the Arcata kid landed on an ankle or a knee.
And they're putting the penalty flags exactly where the injured Warrior is.
He's up though. That's good. Great. And
that player is Braden Johnson, the talented junior who's played well this season.
A.K.A. Beef. It's his nickname, Beef. Oh, it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
Holding his chest.
Yeah.
Still waiting for a signal from the official on what the penalty is.
Well, that was number 65 for Arcata, and he's a 260-pound Caden Hackett. He's a big boy.
Now they have 4 of the 5, and now it's going to be all 5 of the officials coming together to discuss what they have. Something happened, and we apologize for not seeing, because when it happened, the crowd roared. Meanwhile, Dunn was pulling in the pass.
Like I said, it was just an excessive amount of hitting back there, but could have been a hold also.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the signal at long last. Well, we thought here comes the signal.
There's the whiteout right in the middle.
Okay, here it comes, and the signal is personal foul, helmet to helmet contact. It's declined. Personal foul, helmet to helmet contact against Arcata.
There's 2 of them, so we're going to take one. Can't you take both of them if they're personal fouls? No?
Yes, you can.
Huh.
So one's declined, one's not declined. And so it's going to be third down. Ball is back at the 15, and Arcata has to get to their own 45 for a first down. I believe that's 30 yards.
Good job, John.
Coming in for the Warriors, Jason Murphy. And trying to get away, and eventually getting tackled inside the 5 was Cal Tucker, who has not had a fun game. All the way back, another big loss. They're going to say that his forward momentum was stopped at the 6. Tucker, who came into this game the leading receiver for the Arcata Tigers, has had 2 or 3 passes just clang off his hands. And the couple times that he's been asked to run, it has not went well. Starkey will go back to receive the punt from Ronnie Recchi.
Ronnie Recchi?
Ronnie Recchi, who's like 6 yards deep in the end zone. There's the snap. One step and the punt. Starkey, fair catch at the 42 of Arcata, and once more, Del Norte will begin a drive in positive field position. Just the Warriors have been unable to either move the ball or a couple turnovers, one interception and one fumble on the last drive.
9:15 here left in the ball game on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte trails 35-6.
Ballant and Meyer on the other side. Now he goes in motion. Starkey looking to pass, throws, trying to hit Evan Ratner cutting across the middle, and Ratner may have heard a footstep and kind of checked up, and the ball goes incomplete.
Timing, especially on those slant passes like that. You know, over and over again, you just got to keep working on it. Short hands, yeah, you might have got short hands too.
I wasn't going to say it. Second down and 10 with the ball almost at the 40. Clock stopped, 9:11 to go here in the fourth. Twin running backs split apart as Starkey, the junior quarterback, goes under center. Pitches it to Ben Borges. Right side, cuts it up, and will pick up minimal yardage. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers have done a good job. In fact, they've done a great job of keeping Del Norte's running attack under control. Last week, both Ben Borges and William McCovey gained more than 100 yards each, and Tobias Meyer had 100 yards in rushing and receiving combined. But tonight, Del Norte just has not been able to get anything going offensively.
Borges is 12 carries for 37, and McCovey 9 for 25.
Starkey in the gun now. Three receivers bunched to the right. Back to pass. Sets up, looks, steps up, gets away. Now he's got some room to run. Down the right side, still on his feet, and
fight in him right there.
Gets pulled back and then escaped right as the whistle was blowing.
Give him 5.
A lot of effort for 5 yards, but still, it'll be fourth down and 5 now.
We got 8 minutes left. You're down by 29.
You're going for it. Going for it.
I like the fight.
Ball on the far side hash mark. Nose of the football at the 35. They have to get almost to the 30. Starkey jogs in from the sideline after getting the play from the coaching staff. They break the huddle. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Starkey in the gun. McCovey to his left, Borges to his right. Now McCovey goes in motion to the right side of the field. They'll swing it out to him, and the ball is batted. Incomplete. And once again, Del Norte is unable to take advantage of terrific field position and turns the ball over on downs.
Tough break for the Warriors there. Tried to get something going there. Now, hey, I'm just pulled up NFHS, and there's the Brookings Harbors playing on their new field. Looks nice.
Yeah. I'm excited to go take a look at that.
They play Saturday. Oh, since all of ours are on Saturday from league, maybe we'll be able to go up and watch one.
You got a score?
No, they just didn't put a score on there, John. The field looks nice. Same thing with the Fortuna game. It doesn't have a score. Working on getting that for us, though.
So Arcata takes over 1st and 10, and now the referee's whistle blows, and it's going to be timeout called by Del Norte as they only had 10 players on the field. As Evan Ratner goes, wait, I need to be out there. Sorry, my bad. Got some legendary members of the Sportscasters Club to talk about. How about our touchdown sponsors, since we haven't had a chance to mention them but one time tonight?
Wise Cup Electric. Do you have any electrical needs? Call Mark. Wise Cup, 707-280-7432. Along with our scoreboard sponsor, Center Coast Hospital. Center Coast Hospital serving you with care. And our halftime show is brought to you by Hayuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for you, Wild Rivers Adventures.
You know, one thing we touched on in the pregame is 52% of Arcata's roster are seniors compared to Del Norte, just 37%. By the way, Ferndale, 74% of their roster is made up of seniors.
Wow.
And that matters.
Yeah.
It really, the extra year in the weight room, extra year learning the system, it's important. Del Norte right now has got couple three sophomores starting. Lemke with the ball, hands it off to Greenway, tries the left side, and gets submarined tackled
Penalty
by Meyer. Penalty flag comes down.
We do have an update, fresh off the press.
Yes.
Mr. Matt Tomlin texted us, and he let us know that the Eureka losing streak is over.
Outstanding. I'm glad to hear that.
They beat Newark Memorial 14-7.
Congratulations to the Longers. That ends a 16-game losing streak. Penalty will be against Del Norte.
So Greenway will get the 5 yards.
And so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Arcata 46.
Clock's run, 7:15 left.
You know, I'm hoping that Brookings Harbor and Coach Sean Bavaro will be able to get that program turned around. Handoff, no. This time, Lemke's going to take it himself. Penalty flag flies as Myers gets him out of bounds.
We'll flags.
See what the flags are. It would be nice to resume that Del Norte Brookings Harbor rivalry, which would be great for both sides, holding against Arcata. You know, trying to find, especially for Del Norte, trying to find games that do not involve 7-hour bus trips. And there's one, it's a half-hour drive for both teams, no matter if Brookings Harbor comes here or if Del Norte goes there. So it's close enough for all the fans to go there. Problem has been that the Bruins have really struggled over the last few years. They had a time there where they went 7 or 6 years and had 6 different head football coaches. John Bavaro's taken that program off and may have it getting close to turned around. Handoff Greenway, and he goes down after a game of about 5 or so. Bartley on the tackle with help from McCovey.
Another update from Mr. Matt Tomlin is Fortuna is leading McKinleyville 36-0. So the Panthers continue their struggles.
Clock continues to run, 6:16 to go, 35-6 our score. Arcata leading the Warriors. Back to pass as Lemke gets away from Bartley. Now running for his life, tucks it and gets banged out of bounds. Making the play for Del Norte, Colton Shad, the 195-pound junior.
Kicking out Coach Foz, too, but Coach Foz got to love that.
Foz, the Del Norte High alum, class of 90?
That sounds right.
Because you're 92.
I'm 93.
93. Then I thought he was 2 years older than you.
2 years. Yeah, 2 or 3. That's right there.
3rd down and 11.
He's 3 years.
Ball at the Arcata 44. Warriors up by 4 score. I'm sorry, Tigers up by 4 score, and with the ball. Lemke, straight drop. Looking, throws, dropped again. As Bartley and Dunn have a few words. As Dunn dropped the ball, Bartley went ahead and completed the tackle. Dunn was not happy about it.
I don't think Bartley knew he didn't have the ball, though, I don't think.
And yet another dropped pass. As good as Lemke's numbers could be.
Oh, my goodness.
As they are. They could be amazing if his receivers had held on to the ball on, that's at least the 5th dropped pass.
7 of 15 for 235.
Starkey is deep in punt formation.
It could be a 10 or 11 of 15 for sure.
There's the snap. There's the punt. Starkey will let it bounce, and it checks up right there. Now it takes a Del Norte bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors inside their own 25-yard line. 5:40 remaining. 35-6 our score.
Let's finish with some momentum here, John.
Indeed. Del Norte will be back at home next week. 7:30 kickoff as Skyline High will come to town. Skyline was 1-0 coming into tonight's action. They defeated Washington High of San Francisco last week. The final was 28-3. Titans were 2-7 last season.
2-7.
Starkey with McCovey to his left. In the pistol. Gets the ball, hands it off to McCovey, and runs into a huge pile of humanity. Picked up a couple feet maybe, and it'll be 2nd down and long. I want to give a shout-out to the Warrior Wrestling program. They were serving pulled pork sandwiches that were delicious. And also to the cheerleaders, they were serving up for the 2nd week in a row homemade apple cobbler. Oh, my, with ice cream. Band was also out, and the girls' soccer team was running the concession stand. Pitch play to Meyer. That's actually going to be a forward pass. And Meyer is able to get it to about the 26. Gain of a couple. Myers has not been able to get loose tonight. Every attempt to get him the ball in space, and the Tigers have been all over him. That was a forward pass. Caught the ball out of the gun and just pitched it forward as Meyer came by. 3rd down and 7.
4:25 left.
Clock running. What has been a long night for a Del Norte team that thought they could compete with the Tigers. But series of big touchdown plays as the snap is bobbled, and poor William McCovey still on his feet and getting pushed back and back and back. They're actually going to give him, well, it's going to be a loss of 1. And here comes the punt team again. Grayson Franklin will get a chance to show off his leg once more.
You know, I was talking about earlier, John Boyd, this Arcata squad, the little 5 they're in, man, to come out and beat 3 Big 4 schools off the get-go, they've got to have some great momentum.
They did. They finished 8-3 last year, lost in the first round of the playoffs. The question is what division the Tigers will end up in, because now that's in flux anymore.
They're actually in a division above Del Norte right now because of their size, school size, which would be hard for me to think they're going to move away from that.
You wouldn't think so. Jackson Strand is deep for the Tigers as Franklin's kick lands at the 45, and it's still rolling inside the 30.
Nice. It's 24 plus what you got that side.
That was about a 50, 24, 34, 44, 54, 55-yard punt.
Nice, Franklin. That'll work with 3:03 left. He has had some good punts tonight, but he has also had a lot of practice.
Franklin will be back in action on the soccer team Tuesday as Fortuna comes to town. Del Norte 1-0 in Humboldt Del Norte League play, 8-1 overall.
I can tell you this, if you get a chance to come watch him at home, you've got to get there. This team's excited. They pass the ball very well, and they are fast.
And Del Norte features one of the better players, not only in the North State, but in the state, in Deacon Hanks.
One of the fastest players.
Ball's loose on the ground, and who comes up with it? It is the Tigers. I believe they have a new quarterback in.